Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. Children, today we'll be seeing one of the writing skills that is dialogue writing. This writing skill is for your internal marks, dear children, and today we are going to learn about it. So, today's topic is dialogue writing. First, let us understand what do you mean by dialogue or what is a dialogue writing. As you can see on the slide, a dialogue is a conversation between two persons on any given topic. So children, what do you understand by this? That the word dialogue is form of two words which are the one word is die, which means two, that is two person, and log, which means speech. So a dialogue is a conversation or a set of words spoken between two or more characters. I hope it is clear to you. Now, when we are asked to write a dialogue, we need to follow certain criteria or certain characteristics. So the characteristics we are expected to follow during, or I can say while writing a dialogue writing, is as follows. Are as follows. Number 1, a dialogue must be written in reference to a given situation, which says that a situation will be given to you, or I can say a question will be given to you, and you have to frame your dialogue based on that situation or a given question. Number 2, a dialogue must be written in simple and direct language. So there is no need to use a very upgraded language. You can use in a very simple and direct language. Number 3, a good dialogue has a proper starting and a proper ending. So make sure you start very well and you end up very well. Like you can start by greeting like good morning or something, and you can even end up by telling bye bye or meet you soon, etc. Number 4, human characters must be given names. So as I told you, dialogue is a die means two, so of course it is a conversation between two people, so we are expected to give the name to the characters of our dialogue. Okay. Number 5th, put a colon. Now you know what do you mean by colon. Colon is a punctuation mark where we have two dots. So we are expected to give a colon mark after the name of the speaker, and then we can write further. So, like I told you, we are expected to give the names to the character. Once we have given the name, we are supposed to give a colon punctuation mark, and then we can proceed with our write-up. Next, number 6, each piece of information is written separately, one below the other. At this point, I'll explain you more deeply once I make you more clear by using the example, but still I'll explain it over here, that each information, each speech of the speaker is written separately and one below the other. Now how one below the other, that I'll show you when we'll do the actual dialogue writing, or we will see the actual dialogue writing. Number 7, write minimum 5 points for each speaker. That means you're supposed to write 10 points in all for both the characters. In short, it means 5 points for each character. Okay. Number 8, inverted commas are not needed. Of course, it's a dialogue writing, I know, but there is no need of the inverted commas. You can avoid using inverted commas, but some other punctuation marks are necessary. For example, see the 9th point, punctuation marks like question mark, exclamation mark, comma, etc. should be used to make dialogue effective. Even you can add full stop. Okay, of course we need to add that. So these type of punctuation marks we can use to make our dialogue effective. Otherwise we won't understand where the sentence has start or where it has ended, and which sentence is a statement and which is the exclamatory sentence, or which is a interrogative question. So in order to understand this, we need to follow certain punctuation marks, and so we are supposed to use all these. And the last one, number 10, make use of contractions. Now what do you mean by contraction, my dear children? Contraction means the short forms, like do not we say don't, should not we say shouldn't, okay, cannot we say can't. So I have listed down few like don't, shouldn't, can't. And interjection, you know what is interjection? That is a sudden feeling. You can use like oh, alas, wow, all these type of interjections you can use to make your dialogue more effective. So these were certain points which are essential while writing a dialogue. Now I'll actually show you a sample. Children, this sample I've taken from your workbook, page number 54 and 55, where I've given you a sample dialogue, and we are gonna see how the dialogue is written and how I have used these 10 points while writing my dialogue. So let us start. Number 1 was a dialogue must be written in reference to a given situation. So let us see what is the situation here. So you can see the question: write an imaginary dialogue between a mother and a daughter contesting opposite views on the topic girls should learn to do all the house work and not boys. So what is a given situation? It's a debating situation where you have to write your opposite view, means one is against and one is in favor, where it is said that girls should learn, only girls are supposed to do household chores and not the boys. By the way, this dialogue topic is based on one of your textual lesson that is past in the present, but unfortunately that lesson is omitted to you, so you can't enjoy. Of course the lesson is very good and very interesting. It is an actual a debate lesson where we get to see that why only household chores, why we have to follow this trend that household chores are only the work of girls and not the boys. So though it's omitted, you can read it and try to take enjoy it. So that's the given situation. So we are supposed to form a dialogue on it. Let's see number 2. A dialogue must be written in simple and direct language. You can see how simple the language is used. It's not too sophisticated or too very hi-fi language. It's very simple and direct language. Number 3, a good dialogue has proper starting and a proper ending. So you can see there is a proper starting and there is a proper ending related to the topic given. Number 4, human characters must be given name. So you can see there in the bracket in the answer, Nilima is the daughter and Nilima's mother is playing the role of mom. So the names are given. Next point, put a colon after the name of the speaker and then write the words given. You can see properly after daughter a colon is given, after mom colon is given. Everywhere wherever the word daughter or mom is used, every time colon is given, and then the further words are spoken. Yes. Next, each piece of information is written separately, one below the other. Now this is the point which I want to make you more clear. You can see, my dear children, the dialogue is following certain pattern, certain parallelism. You can see like this sentence, see where mom's M has started, the second sentence first letter, that is housework, H start there. It has not gone below the word daughter. Yes, so that's what I was trying to tell you. Again, you can see the daughter has occupied the word daughter has occupied a large space, whereas the word mom hasn't. But still my colon is coming exactly where my colon of daughter is there. So I have maintained that pattern, which gives a proper presentation, a neatness to my dialogue. Otherwise my dialogue will look very untidy. It won't look it won't look fascinating or attractive. So I need to do all this presentation, and that's the point going. Each piece of information is written separately, one below the other. Number 7, write minimum 5 points for each speaker. You can count, my dear children, I have used around 6 to 7 points for each speaker, and in this way my dialogue comprises of 12 to 14 points. So you too have to make sure that your dialogue too has at least 10 points, that is 5 points for each speaker. Okay, inverted commas are not needed, so you can see I have not used inverted commas, but yes, I have made sure I have used question mark. You can see, like in the first dialogue of daughter, I have used question mark. Even I have used exclamatory in the third dialogue of the daughter. Even I have used full stops. Yes. Make use of contractions. Yes, of course, I have used contraction. You can see the second dialogue of daughter, why don't boys? So here don't is a short form of do not, so I have used my contractions. Yes, and in this way I have followed all the criterias of writing a dialogue or writing, and I have made my dialogue. In this way, you all are expected to write your dialogue. So the dialogue given on page number 55 and 56, that is, write a dialogue between a mother and her son about the Independence Day program held in your school. This dialogue is a homework for you all, my dear children. You are supposed to write this dialogue following the same criteria, okay, with proper presentation and neatness. So that's your homework. You need to do this, your homework. But before that, I would explain you this dialogue, that what is this dialogue about. So I told you that this dialogue is actually a debate. So let's see how does the dialogue start. So daughter, who is Nilima, says, Mom, what is this? Why should I learn to do housework and not Rohan? So there is a situation, a scene is being played where daughter is asking mom that why only girls are supposed to do household, or I can say house chores, and why not boys, that is not her brother, that is Rohan. So mom says, you're a girl, girls have to look after the house. So what mom says, that as you're a girl and that is your duty. So daughter says, oh, why don't boys live in a house? So see how smartly Nilima asks her mom that why only girls lives in the house, don't males live? So isn't that their duty too? So mom says, a woman can look after a home better than a man. So she says, after all, a woman look better than the men. Look after house, daughter. That's ancient story. That's all old talks, Mom, haven't you heard of something called gender equality? So daughter is trying to explain mom that haven't you heard about gender equality, where no gender is superior or inferior, both the genders are equal. The one thing which women do, the men's are supposed to do, and the things which men's do, women's are supposed to do. So there is nothing as such that only women can do this thing better, or only men can do this thing better. So mom says, these new-fangled notion of yours. So mom is saying, Nilima, to her daughter, that this is all your foolish ideas. Don't you tell all these foolish ideas of gender equality to me. Here fangled notion means ideas, new foolish ideas. So sorry, daughter says, and these notion of only girls having to do housework are all man-made. Look at the West, men and women both do housework. So daughter is saying that even this is the foolish idea, that only girls have to do household chores and not the boys. Just look at the Western countries where how men and women both equally do work. Yes, children, it's absolutely correct. It's absolutely true. You go in America, you go to the Western countries, there is no there is no tradition like we see in our India household, where only ladies do household chores and gents just enjoy doing sitting on their couch and watching TV. There in the Western countries, men have to do their own work, women do their own. Men wash their utensils, women wash theirs. So there is no burden on any one of the gender, especially I can say on females, that is women. Mom, Let's see what mom replies to Nilima's dialogue. Mom says, the east is east and the west is west, and never the twain shall meet. So mom is saying east is east, like we are Asian people, and those western peoples are western people. So don't try to compare, never the twain shall meet means we are very different. We cannot be like them, and they cannot be like us. So don't tell me all that. So daughter says, don't throw quotes at me, mom, and don't try to use these proverbs and try to make yourself correct where you are not. Don't you think it will help Rohan in future if he too learns housework? So she is cross questioning mom that forget about the western and the eastern countries norms and traditions, etc. Just tell me, if Rohan tried to do all these household chores, won't it be helpful for him in the future? Mom stopped arguing. Why? Because mom thought for a moment, and even mom felt that whatever Nilima is trying to tell, it's absolutely correct. Maybe in future when mom won't be alive, or when Nilima won't be there in the house, when she'll get married or something else may happen, Rohan doesn't have to be dependent on women. Rohan can do his own work. And so mom even thinks that whatever Nilima is trying to say, that is absolutely correct. And this is how it has always been. Boys don't do housework because you people don't make them do. And so daughter says, mom, girls never took up jobs earlier. They had all the time in the world to do housework. But today, you're educating me. You expect me to be independent and take up a job and be equal to a man in earning a salary. If a girl helps financially to run the family, shouldn't the boys help in the housework? So daughter Nilima tried to explain mom that, see mom, previously in ancient time, girls never used to do jobs. Their work was only restricted to household chores. But today, many women are stepping out of their house. They are getting educated. They are coming ahead. They are, going for the job, applying for the job. They are trying to earn money. They are earning. And even Nilima says that even you are making me educate. Even you expect me to become independent. Even you want me to take a job and be equal to man and earn money. So when girl can do all this, when girl can run financially the way the man can, why can't man do household chores the way the women can? So this was the very interesting and very true question put up by Nilima to her mom. Mom was like, well, she can't answer to Nilima, as she is speechless. Daughter says, I know why you can't, because I am right. Just agree and get rid of those old fashioned notion of yours. So what daughter Nilima says, that just tell me that I am right and agree to it, and just remove all those old silly ideas from your mind and be realistic, be practical. Mom, okay, you win as usual. So mom says, yes, I do agree to you. You have been as usual. So this was the dialogue writing, which was to the point, very simple, very direct, without going off track. So this is the way we are supposed to write a dialogue, and I hope you have followed this. Again, I am repeating, you are expected to do the homework which is given on page number 55 and 56 using the following criterias which I have mentioned in this video, and I hope this is clear to you. So meet you soon in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.